Oh my, what sweet scenic splendor. True verticality vitified. Today we are just in for a truly luscious treat because today, for our mod of the day, we're taking a look at the Spines of Madness by Malbogatra, an author who is, quickly becoming just a master of landscape overhauls. As you may recall, or maybe don't, Malbogatra was the author behind the rocky West Gash, just one of my all-time favourite mods of 2021. That mod overhauled the entire landscape of the West Gash region, adding just tons of beautiful verticality and unique rock formations. And Malbogatra has now graced us once again with just another, just truly amazingly scenic and verticality-inducing landscape overhaul with the Spines of Madness, which covers pretty much the entirety of the Sheogorad region. And as you can see here, it overhauls the landscape with just tons of these unique looking and I'm going to be saying this a lot in this video, verticality-inducing rock formations, which do kind of look like, spines, hence the mod name, I suppose. But anyway, this is just an absolutely beautiful transformation of the Sheogorad region. And, it does just make this region unique. I mean, I've mentioned this in the past, but in the vanilla game, the Sheogorad region was basically just a carbon copy of the Azurian coast region. There wasn't, really that much to differentiate it besides the dual ruins, so that was pretty much it. But now, the Sheogorad has just a very distinct and unique, and again, verticality-inducing look to it. And I do just want to highlight that, I am using Vapor Mist in this video, and these two mods just complement each other perfectly. Like, it is just a magical combination. Just, walking around and seeing these, clouds and mist hanging around these giant rock formations, just adding and enhancing to the sheer verticality, it really is just absolutely stunningly beautiful. It's like walking around in a postcard. I really cannot recommend this combination of mods, enough. It is simply fantastic. But, getting back to the actual, showcase here, and, focusing on what the Spines of Madness adds, it doesn't just add new rock formations, it also adds in some kind of locations for you to discover, like, these stronghold ruins that have been built into the cliff sides around this, particular Dunmeri stronghold. And there's also been a few additions added to the flora with some more varieties of giant mushrooms and new types of mushroom trees, and also an expansion of the mushroom groves that are sort of a trademark of the Sheogorad region. There is a ton of just beautiful landscape detailing throughout this mod, simply enhancing and, transforming all the various locations in the vanilla game in the Sheogorad region. And to say the least, this is just a truly massive mod, and we are not going to be able to get to just, everything that it does to the Sheogorad in this video. Like, that simply isn't possible in a mod of the day video. But I do just want to focus a bit on the fact that the Spines of Madness, despite the rather drastic changes it makes to the landscape, all the verticality and beauty, It is, I think, a fairly lore-friendly and vanilla-friendly just overhaul of the landscapes here. Like, in terms of feel and aesthetics, this feels like just an enhanced version of the vanilla game. Despite the major transformation of the landscape, the Spines of Madness actually keeps most of the vanilla locations, at least in terms of their actual layout, mostly the same. Like the layout of Dagenfell and Aldredania and all the other, major locations in the Sheogorad are basically the same. There isn't a major expansion or overhaul of Dagenfell. There isn't, a new town added to Aldredania or anything like that. This mod mostly just focuses on the landscape. Compare that to Sheogorad, Groves of the North, the other major landscape overhaul mod out there for the Sheogorad, which is, kind of a heavier overhaul in, just in a lot of ways. Like, it drastically and completely changes the look and feel of the Sheogorad, and, that includes major town overhauls and expansions to Dagenfell, adding a new town to Aldredania, utterly transforming most of the vanilla locations in the Sheogorad, and also adding new dungeons. Sheogorad, Groves of the North just really adds and transforms a lot, and it might not be considered the most lore-friendly. It is a fantastic looking mod, don't get me wrong. It's in my top 10 list for the best mods of 2020. But if you were looking for that more, vanilla-flavored landscape overhaul, there's no question that the Spines of Madness is, just the more purist-friendly option out there. Though, having said that, I should note that there is another mod in production, another landscape overhaul for the Sheogorad, and that's of Ash and Blight, Sheogorad by Ramiros. And, Ramiros has been posting a few screenshots of that landscape overhaul on the Nexus. So that might just be getting released, hopefully fairly soon, and, when it does, we'll have 3 major landscape overhauls to choose from in the Sheogorad region, which, personally I think is pretty exciting. It's always nice to have a variety of options to choose from. And when that does get released, we will of course do a comparison video, just comparing those mods side by side. But until then, I got to say that the Spines of Madness is, again, just an absolutely fantastic, beautiful, and again, verticality-inducing landscape overhaul. And it is absolutely just, worth your time to check out and install for yourself. Especially if, like me, you are a fan of Rocky West Gash, which again is also a fantastic mod, and I would just highly recommend it. But anyway, that's our mod of the day. So, as always, I've been your host, Golf Guy. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, happy modding, and I'll see you all next time.